This wedding delivery had me so stressed, and it had nothing to do with delivering the cake, really. It was more just the setup situation. The cake design was actually pretty straightforward and simple. It was just covered in a variety of different sized white pearls. And I think pearls have definitely been a trend for weddings this year, but every pearl cake is a little bit different still. Our what I would call standard pearl cake is more solid covered in pearls. We actually flip the cake upside down in the pearls and then kind of push them up the side so that they fade. Whereas this one was more sporadic and I was kind of just throwing them at the cake and then they faded down the side. I feel like the type of pearl cake I'm doing here is what comes up on Pinterest when you type in pearl wedding cake. Like I've seen it a million times, but it actually isn't the one that most people order from us. We've also done a few this year where they're just sporadically placed larger pearls and none of the smaller pearls are mixed in with it. But I think this version is my favorite version of a pearl cake. The only bad part about pearl cakes is going back through and individually placing all of the tiny little pearls exactly where you want them and then flicking some off where you don't want them. It's just super time consuming, but it's definitely worth it for the end result. I only stacked the bottom 2 tiers at the bakery and then was planning on putting the top tier on once we got to the venue. And that's generally what we do with the majority of our bigger 3 tiers. Like that's pretty standard. I've done it a million times, but this one was stressing me out. When we got to this venue, we deliver to it pretty frequently, so I'm very familiar with it. But the groomsmen were practicing a dance for the reception literally 3 feet away from this table. So like you do you know, go have fun on your wedding day. I am all for that. But as you can see, it was in a barn and the barn floor was shaking and then this tall cocktail table was shaking. And I've never actually put a cake on a table like this at this venue that I can remember. So that was just different and it was above my head. And the whole time I was just terrified that someone was going to trip and fall right into this cake as I was trying to stack it. But it all ended up working out. I got the cake stacked and all finished and nobody ended up falling into it on accident while we were there, so I'm going to consider that one a win.